Hey guys, so I'm recording this on the first of the year, and so I'm a little late doing this, but I just wanted to throw out a quick video talking about my thoughts on the recent election cycle and my initial reaction to everything. Yeah, I'm definitely late for this to ever want to go viral, but I've always had the philosophy of hindsight is 20/20, so a lot of times I think that when I look at the result of a particular court case or a particular piece of legislation, sometimes it's better to wait 6 months to a year to really think about things, but by that time, it's old news. But hey, I'm going to make this video anyway. So, with the past election, obviously it was Donald Trump versus Hillary Clinton, so two of the most disliked politicians in the history of the United States. So a lot of us did not like this. People were posting things about, well, I'd rather have they're like, hey, giant asteroid 2016. People were not happy about their choices. And I will say that I wasn't either. People who follow my newsletter and my blog will know that I had the meme of this election be like Darth Vader or Space Yeti. So, I ended up, with what I was going to vote third party, but then Gary Johnson just decided to be a pothead and not know what the heck he was doing. So it's like, come on. Libertarians, you had one job. It was to nominate a libertarian. You couldn't even do that. So I ended up voting for Donald Trump against Hillary Clinton, even though the way I put it at the time, I would rather have voted for a cactus. But Hillary was just so awful. She was just so downright, so twisted, so evil. Whereas Donald Trump, I'm like, okay, you know what? He's not an eloquent man. He's a toss-up. So, but then after the election, before I get into that entire night, that entire day before, while the election was going on, I was like, God, why do you even bother? Just send an asteroid, destroy this country, destroy all these people. These people are awful. This whole country is just a mess. And that was not a right attitude, and I knew that. But I was angry, and I was, really telling my heart to God, which I don't do very much. I try to approach God with reverence, but I probably, have a fear of God to a fault. And so I was watching, this is what I was praying about. My brother and I ended up going to a Japanese buffet, Japanese, and it was just a rough night. It was a rough election cycle for everybody. And then, about 3 in the morning, 2-3 in the morning, they announced who won. They announced that Donald Trump won the election. He had gotten the majority of the electoral votes already. And yes, guys, I know technically, he's not voted until December. I'm going to get trolls, but who cares? Trolls are stupid. And he looked, walking up to the stage, he looked so humbled. And he said, you know what, those of you who didn't vote for me, help me to be a good president to you. And I was like, oh, okay. I like this. It's like I was, I think for conservatives, whether you're a Republican, Libertarian, whatever, or just, independent conservative, there were, I think, two camps. There were those who really loved Donald Trump, which I think were the minority. And there were those who voted against Hillary Clinton. And I fell into the latter group. And so it was interesting to see. And then the concession speech from Barack Obama, he was saying, Americans, this is your new president. Get behind him. Help him to be a good president for you. And even then he said, hey, maybe as liberals we've really missed something. And I was like, when I saw these speeches, I'm like, what world did we wake up in today? I looked at it thinking, there is a lot of hope for the future. Like maybe, we're finally all coming together. We can finally maybe put our differences aside and try to work together to make the country a better place. And then I saw Hillary Clinton's concession speech, and I was like, oh my gosh, okay, this is interesting too. This woman is being very humble, and that's unusual because this is Hillary Clinton we're speaking of here. This is one of the most arrogant women in the history of America. And so I just wanted to say, hey, those were my thoughts on what's been happening. Those were my initial thoughts. I wanted to preserve those, not necessarily my current thoughts. My current thoughts are, hey, our country is still divided, still broken. For crying out loud, you have people going around burning down black businesses, burning down black homes, and screaming Black Lives Matter. And it's like, and then of course the leaders of that particular organization end up condoning. It's not just one or two fringe people, so get that out of your heads. The leaders end up condoning it. So the actual founders, like Alicia Garza, who cites a terrorist as her great inspiration. But anyway, enough of that bunny trail. I just wanted to record this quick video and say these are just my initial thoughts during the election, and I think we should all pray. Pray for God to bring our country through this mess. Pray that we can have a country that can turn back to Jesus Christ, and just hope it when the rapture does come, I hope that America will be basically having a large vacancy. Anyway, thanks for listening. These were my thoughts on this past election. This is Greg, out.